Hey all, it's just a quick video for today. As you can hear, I'm actually not very well, so I'm probably not going to do as much as I wanted to do today. And then I'm off for a couple of weeks. I'll see you in beginning of February. So anyway, this is the doll, if you remember, the bug doll, as we've nicknamed her, because she had the little bug. And my idea for her, well, actually, I'll be honest with you, it was my sister's idea. She said that when she saw her, it reminded her of Miss Havisham from Great Expectations, which, as you may know, is a novel by Charles Dickens. So I thought I'd put it to you to see if you like the idea, which means we'd be redressing her in her old costume, which looks all a bit of a mess at the moment, but that's it. Because Miss Havisham was jilted on the day of her wedding. So for any of you that doesn't know the story, she lives in a beautiful big mansion. She's very rich. And on her wedding day, her groom-to-be didn't turn up. So there she is in this beautiful decaying manor with all the wedding breakfast, as we call it over here, outlaid on the table with candlesticks, and there's all kinds of things have eaten it away over the years, and there she is in a completely dilapidated wedding dress. She has never taken her wedding dress off, so this is like many years later, and the table's still set for the wedding. And yeah, it's a great story, but it's also very apt for her dress. So I thought I might do a diorama of just this room with her in it, and the great big wedding table, which is a big massive long table. She has a beautiful fireplace, but everything's very dilapidated. So let me know what you think of that idea. Right here I'm just starting to unpick her, and as you'll see as it goes along, she's actually very more fragile than I think I realised. So she does start to come apart in more places than I anticipated, but hey ho, I'm doing my best to repair her, so let's see how it goes. The head is stuck on reasonably well, and as you can see, as taking it off, it has actually taken the fabric apart, but her body is very, very delicate. It's very old fabric, so I did my best. I've used the elastoplast tape to repair the hole in her body and nip her waist in a bit. More elastoplast to hold everything in place, and to be honest, I could have just left it like this. It would be perfectly fine, but I do decide to cover most of it with fabric. This is the vintage fabric I decided to use. It's a really good quality, and yeah, I think it'll suit the purpose. It's a little bit dark, but it was the nearest colour I could get to it. I just cut out a rough shape from around the doll body. It's not particularly amazingly like it, but it was near enough for what I needed. I did decide to sew the first edge off the doll, and when I did the second edge and did it tight, it showed a lot of the stitches and I wasn't happy with it. So in the end, although I have done this, I actually undo it in the end and redo it. So yeah, you'll have to watch the video in a bit to find out what happens. As you can see, I was really struggling trying to get everything to stay in place, so I just put a couple of tacking stitches into the hem area to keep it all in place, because it was just driving me nuts trying to get it to stay there. Right, I just do a ladder stitch here to keep it all together, and if you're wondering why I'm using white cotton, it's because the rest of the doll has been done like that, and her stitching, whoever did it originally, is absolutely so good. It's just like very precise, evenly spaced. Obviously I can't do that, but I decided to use the white to keep it in keeping with the doll. Okay, like I said earlier, this is where I've actually started to undo the other side and sew it back together. I just undo it bit by bit and sew it up again because that seemed like the easiest option. I need to take some of the glue off the shoulder plate to get it to sit on there properly, so I've started doing that. I'll probably maybe try the heat gun on it a little bit because most of it didn't come off, so it'd be better if there's none on there, so I'll do that when I'm feeling better. Thanks again to anybody who's watched, subscribed, give me a thumbs up, left a comment. You know, I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, soz that I'm not myself today, but obviously, as I explained to you, I'm really not very well. But anyway, one of the things I did want to say was a big thank you to one of my subscribers who has now become a long distance friend from Canada. So she sent me these lovely gifts for Christmas on a lovely vintage note. I won't show you what it says inside, but as you can see, a beautiful vintage paper note there. I really like that. In fact, I might even try and make that into a picture for one of the houses if I can in the nurseries. Gorgeous little, I think it's, might be cross stitch. I think it's cross stitch, isn't it? Little pillow or cushion. And she sent me this for the bed because when I said I couldn't crochet, she immediately messaged me and said, oh, she was good at crocheting and she could send me this cover for the bed that I made for Follybeck Farm. So she says it needs blocking, which I've looked up, I'll do that. But isn't it gorgeous? Look at all the work she's put into that. Really appreciated. I love it. And I will show it on the bed, but just not today, as I'm not going upstairs, as I said, because of not being well. And I think that's another sheet to go with it. So absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. Very talented. I like it a lot. Thank you. So like I said, I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, which will be, well, it's more like 3 weeks anyway. It'll either be the end of January or the beginning of February, depending how far ahead I get with stuff, because I need to get a few videos under my belt, because it's always panic stations. And a Happy New Year to you all. And please don't forget to let me know what you think I should do with the bug doll, or at the moment, Miss Havisham. If you like that idea or not. Because I'll go with what you say. If you say you don't like it, then I won't do it. If you like the idea, then we'll do it. Obviously, it'll be as well running alongside Follybeck Farm. So take care of yourselves, and please stick with me. I will be back. I'm just having a couple of weeks off. Although I'm not technically, like I said, I will be doing some videos on getting them under my belt. So I'll see you soon, and ta-ta for now.